Hey, what's up, party people? I calmly say this as this is a serious video that I wanted to make to address any concerns about my comeback, why I haven't made videos this long, all my reflections on this channel, and all the ways that I'm improving for the better every day. Also, I wanted to say that I'm not going to address myself as the party planner, despite the video being titled Party Planner's Progress. I'm going to be labeling myself as Preston, not the party planner, Preston, as I want to address everything eye to eye like I'm talking to you all directly at your level. Let's begin. The main reason I've prolonged making videos for the longest time was because for a while I lacked the motivation or the planning for videos. I've had many debates about how I wanted to approach coming back and how long I wanted my videos to be. Had discussions with my girlfriend about what content I should be making and how the edits should be. I had no idea how to come back, especially with how I wanted to help my girlfriend through many different struggles in her life, especially with her education, on top of how my content would get the views needed to sustain the channel's popularity and view count. I'm not someone who directly asks people to subscribe to them, as it is the viewer's choice if they like me enough to want more content from me or not. But at the same time, subscriptions, the views of my videos in their entirety, and watching the ads on my videos help me a lot, as it's how I get my revenue. Also, donations in the videos and live streams help me as well. I have yet to implement any membership roles and what you'd get out of each one depending on what you sign up for. All in all, this channel is in a position where it doesn't get the same attention as someone like Mr. Enter or Shay Frillis or Doug Walker. I don't have millions or hundreds of thousands of subscribers. I have 1.26k subscribers. And I really must thank everyone who has been here through thick and thin, as well as all the new subscribers. Without you, this channel wouldn't be on the map or getting the attention it's getting today. I also recommend giving my girlfriend's channel a subscription, as they create content that's artsy, on top of creating original stories that we have coming up. Either way, your support matters to us, even if you don't know how it matters. I'm just the man making the content. You guys are the viewers who help get this content seen. For a while, I didn't have a lot of motivation to create videos, as I wanted to be a YouTuber who isn't always associated with Paw Patrol or Trolls. I wanted to cover more ground, Marvel, Star Wars, animation as a whole. When I stepped away from Trolls, I tried doing the Owl House review, and that one underperformed. It ended up being more of a sleeper hit video, as it's getting a lot of attention now with 300 plus views. I also had to balance out my adult life, as I now have a new car, need to pay insurance, and more, on top of taking on a full-time job. So it's harder to find the time to write scripts, craft reviews that have a lot more effort and thought put into the criticisms on the premise, animation, emotion, humor, plot logic, and more. From here, I'll do better with not giving myself any deadlines, because by giving myself deadlines, I rush out what should have been done on my own time. I've never seen a situation where giving myself a deadline helps. I will also be making sure that I keep the things I do for videos simple and easy to accomplish, both for me and Arifa, should they ever come back to edit for me. As time went on, I've been reflective of the channel and what I have done when it came down to past videos and takes. I am open to constructive criticism, and willing to take jabs at decisions I made back then that I wouldn't have made today. If I were to go over all the errors I've made across my channel and the endeavors it took to get here, we'd be here for a while. So let's go over the most egregious criticism points I'll make towards myself. Starting with my first video that isn't here anymore, the Star vs. Season 3 finale reaction. For one, it got copyrighted because it's me showing the whole episode. 2, it's back when I was so sick that my throat was squeaky. And 3, I was a very shy man who was doing this for the first time, so he had no idea how to approach audiences. The video also reeks of spoiled milk from aging badly, as my modern thoughts on Star vs. are complicated, and I don't like it as much as I did back then. We also have the reaction live streams. Any of them. I don't find reactions that smart an idea for making money on YouTube, unless you add something to it that makes it worth reacting to, like talking points or conversations that feel like you're engaging directly with the audience, or that you're at their level, like the Renegade Media Group. Hell, even the Renegade Media Group branched out to gaming and creating their own content on top of reactions. I would check out Actman's video on the topic if you want more information on that. Even then, I still don't think reactions work as a whole for my channel, as I can already sum up my thoughts on a product in an Instagram story, or just talk about it through a small review or a live stream, instead of making a video of me reacting to the product that other people have already seen or are going to see. I've only kept specific live streams up when they are making money, but otherwise those videos are gone. I understand that people are going to question why I base my videos staying up on the factor of money, but the key is that a lot of videos me and Arifa went over when it came down to taking down videos or privating them or unlisting them is that nobody came back to rewatch them. I also wanted to clean up my channel to look more professional. Next, we have the original Creek Week review. This video also ages badly, as it doesn't reflect all my main points about why I hated Creek Week. It's also a bit heavy and dark when it didn't need to be. This tone shift could make people a bit uncomfortable. Like Past Me, it's a kid's show. It's not meant to be taken that seriously. The only reason I'm not taking it down is that other people understood my points, sympathized with me, and helped Marlene with their depression battle. The good message I gave keeps the video from being something I actively despised. We then have the Trolls World Tour review. This one is not being criticized for the content, as I stand by a majority of what I said. It's being criticized for its editing, as it's the first time I made a video with an editing software system. The video isn't bad at all. The beginning of the review isn't really that bad. Although, I would have gotten rid of the "Tonight Looks Good on You" singing that I did in the video, as it's a corny joke that doesn't get a laugh out of my audience. However, there is one edit that I can't overlook. It's the best bad option our leads have at the moment.
Poppy is once again voiced by Anna Kendrick, who is reunited with Justin Timberlake as Branch, now Poppy's boyfriend.
Okay. Past me would have thought that this decision would have added to the review in some way. But today, I'm not happy with that choice. Why? Because it breaks the flow of the review entirely, as it comes right the hell out of nowhere. It doesn't even add to the point that I just made. What I was trying to say with this point is that Poppy was justified in taking the pop string with her. The point that I made with that clip is the media was aware of Poppy, where they referenced Branch as Poppy's boyfriend before World Tour came out. Was that needed? No. Did that add anything to the review? No. Not to mention that the transitions cause a bunch of syncing errors throughout the whole thing due to terrible timing with iMovie, since the video is an hour and 26 minutes long. I also hate when I put pictures on the screen from the product in question, and either I don't get rid of the black bars, don't get rid of the watermark if it's obvious, and show how I'm able to do it with pictures later on, yet don't do it after that because it creates a lack of consistency. I know that my past videos aren't exactly formatted like reviews either. The videos are formatted like breakdowns. Next, we have the Paralleling Poppy series, and the criticisms I have with episodes and everything regarding Episode 8 Part 2. Episode 1 has no problems whatsoever in terms of writing and editing. The only minor problem I have is the Bohemian Rhapsody singing. It is cringe, and the episode could have gone without it. Yep, it's another case similar to the World Tour Broppy acknowledgement clip, breaks the flow of the video a bit. Granted, it's better than the World Tour Broppy acknowledgement, as it's not a random point that just comes right the hell out of nowhere. Episode 2 has no problems either. Episode 3 is done perfectly, except for my writing. as I say the word hole twice in one sentence. But the hole has a trampoline at the bottom of the hole. How is that possible? There are 3 responses that I made up that would have been better. The hole has a trampoline at the bottom. The hole has a trampoline at the bottom of it. There's a trampoline at the bottom of the hole. See? Episode 4 has no problems either. Episode 5 has no problems, even though at first there was a minor audio error that needed to be fixed. Episode 6 is the episode I found the weakest of all the episodes. I don't think it's bad, but it underperformed hard compared to the others. First, when I sent Arifa the footage of the Cards Against Humanity clip to do that wave laser joke, it was supposed to be clear. However, because of where I sent it, the footage turned out to be grainy and low quality. It's also got the weakest points, and Arifa even jokes with me in that review. At the part where I say, because lasers are lasers, Arifa puts the word duh there. It's funny, but it shows how I didn't really have many points with that particular episode, as it's a what you see is what you get type of episode. Episode 7 has no errors either, except for my bad attempt at humor, as I used the cringy word sus at least 3 times, which I did not need to do. Episode 8, both parts, have no problems, except for a writing issue that repeats a word 2 times in the same way as episode 3. It's in the Rainbow Mageddon part if you're wondering. But I do want to mention something important with part 2. There was a lot me and Arifa had to do to make a compromise on to get the videos out. And so as a result, I will not be doing a project similar to Paralleling Poppy again, unless there's better planning, better timing, and less work to get the videos out. The main reason I say this is because Arifa had mentioned to me in a private conversation that they weren't a fan of this project looking back, and that we shouldn't do it again. I will admit that I'm happy Paralleling Poppy turned out great the way it did, but if there was a better way to do it, I would do it all over again. This may sound like I'm deprecating my best work, but I need to be critical of the choices, actions, and flaws in my work to make better choices for future videos, and so I stay consistent. I also have been reflecting on how my relationship with Arifa is, and how it was going before we became boyfriend and girlfriend. I want to say that I treated Arifa unfairly before we became a couple. I didn't recognize Arifa for their personality anymore. I recognized Arifa for their editing talent and the art they've created. It sucks that I treated Arifa this way, when I know that they would make me the happiest I've been in years. I promise that I'm never going to portray that kind of attitude again. I promise that I'm never going to push too much hard work on Arifa. I promise I'm always going to ask Arifa what ideas I have for video editing and if the designs are okay. I promise I will never push Arifa to do what stresses them out. I know that these things we went through in the past were challenges, and we made it out okay, but I still feel horrible about the fact that this happened, or that there were times when Arifa wasn't happy in this relationship, and it'll be a long, long time before I ever forgive myself for these things, if not ever. Even today, I still make silly mistakes that I wish I could take back. All I can do is take the time to understand my failures, misunderstandings, and screw-ups and do it less. And all I can really say to Arifa is, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to ever treat you this way. I always try my best to be my best self, and in the past, I wasn't my best self. And I promise to be better at that. Speaking of misunderstandings, there's also a video where I made a take that is so bad, and that's the Trollstopia clip reaction. That is gone. In that video, I made a defense thing for Broppy and fanon shipping, and I brought up a tweet from Speed4Spectre. So past me. Why would you not take another 5 to 10 minutes to think through things? Hell, why didn't you take the 5 to 10 minutes to ask Spectre what his tweet meant, instead of giving out brain-dead takes like this one? Spectre wasn't at all saying to normalize not liking Broppy, as a way of saying that hating it is okay. He was trying to say that fanon shippers can have their fun, as long as it's not pro-shipping. And by the way, none of these fanon shippers were going against any canon that appears in the shows or movies. They know that Broppy is canon and aren't going to disrupt anything, you insecure, sad little man. For crying out loud, you made this brain-dead take on a video that took you less than a day to put out. Learn the facts. Think through things so your audience knows what you mean and can put together why you think such things, and be more confident in your statements. Do you know how many people look to you for your opinion on things? Have a little maturity and be smart. Grow up. So many of these things I'm truly ashamed of, and I wish to do this reviewing thing a little better, especially since I've been watching other people debunk terrible reviews of movies, like Hercules and Into the Spider-Verse, as well as its sequel. And watching them explain how these reviews are terrible has given me clarity as to how I should have all my bases covered with the review. As a content creator, it's my job to entertain and inform my audience while also being mature and respectful of differing opinions on products. As a content creator, it's my job to make the world a brighter place for the people that follow me, especially since today's viewers will become tomorrow's content creators. I'm also not going to act like my opinion and knowledge on a product is the common consensus of everyone's opinions, especially since I know people look up to me for my opinions and reviews. Things that I've been doing to improve include understanding that I'm not perfect, and that I'm learning as I go, especially since there is a quote: "You don't inspire others by being perfect. You inspire them by how you deal with your imperfections." And to do things that will help inspire people to do the same thing, and to make the best of the world they're in. Because John Quincy Adams, the 6th President of the United States, states that if your actions inspire others to dream more, learn more, do more, and become more, you are a leader. One of the imperfections that I have is that I lack self-esteem and confidence sometimes, and that I have a hard time with a sense of humor. So this is something I will be improving with time. I have a long road ahead, and I'm excited to be better and do better as a person and as a content creator. Thank you so much for watching the video, and I can't wait to get back in the game. Some ideas that I have. Remember that these are just ideas. I don't know if I will be doing them for sure, including BoJack Horseman, which would be the heaviest episode I would ever do, Bluey, which would be a more positive and lighthearted episode that I would do, or I would go over that new Paw Patrol movie. I will see you all in the next video. Take care and be good people.